Hey guys, and welcome back to the Rev 4 Unclub podcast. Today we're joined by Mark and Karen from MMS, and today we're going to be talking all about health and well-being. But before we get started, if you watched on YouTube, remember to give us a like, subscribe and a comment down in the box below. So welcome back to the podcast, guys.
Hi, Charles.
Hi, Charles. Thank you.
How are you?
Very well.
Thank you. Yeah.
Brill, good to hear. So today it's your third podcast with us. It's such a pleasure having you back on. And today we're talking all things mental health and well-being. First of all, as business owners, how has COVID affected your guys' mental health and your staff as well and well-being?
I think the main thing was the uncertainty around the whole situation. Like everybody else around the world, we were stressed and anxious and just unknown territory. Nobody had been in this position before.
Yeah.
So it was really difficult to sort of plan things and feel confident about things. We just really felt quite stressed about it at the beginning, didn't we?
Yeah, we did. And from a sales point of view, you're wondering whether your customers are going to, you don't know what their situation is. So sales took a bit of a dip, and you're wondering whether the inquiries are going to keep on coming through. As I say, you don't know what situation your customers in. Are their jobs safe? Are they still getting wrecks from the ships? Are the ships being laid up? So again, it's just more of that uncertainty, really. And
it's like 100% like fear of the unknown. Nobody really knew what was going on, did they? Yeah. And I don't know how it sort of worked at sea, because weren't a lot of like ships and stuff just sort of like parking up in the sea, if that's even a thing, and just did you still have to supply for them so it kept things sort of going?
Yeah, I mean, particularly the cruise sector. We had some sort of long lead orders from cruise ships in the pipeline. So they placed an order maybe in 2019 and we still hadn't delivered them because we were waiting for the manufacturers. And we're thinking, will they still need the goods? They've already placed these orders. Are they going to cancel them on us? Because the ships were just laid up. So that was a bit worrying, and we weren't sure what was going to happen.
That's it. And then I think the big thing because of COVID was illness.
Yeah.
If Karen and I got ill, then who's going to run the business?
Yeah, because it's you guys. You've got other staff now, but
yeah, we had other staff members working from home. But you think if one of us gets ill, who's going to run it? So it's
there's a lot of factors.
A big melting pot with all these little factors in it. That sort of just made us feel really anxious and uncertain and unsure about the future. But we could only control what we can control, and that's the way we try to look at things. Really, try and look after yourself and stay well. And just be there for the customers, I suppose.
Just doing the best out of a bad situation, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, people like our suppliers, we weren't sure how they were going to cope. Would they still be here at the end? Would we still be getting the same level of service from them? Would we be letting any customers down ultimately? So yeah, there was just lots of stress and anxiety around it, wasn't there? Yeah. Could we still operate efficiently as well? Because within sort of a matter of days, we had to turn the whole operation around and work from home. I started working from home. Mark carried on going into work to dispatch the orders. Our team was set up at home, which was quite easy to do, really. Remote work, and it's shown everybody that people can work from home quite easily with the purchase of a laptop and a good Wi-Fi. We could, all our operations are in the cloud anyway. All our software and the programs we use can be done from anywhere, really. Can be done from your phone.
And you've got FaceTime, you've got Zoom, you've got Skype. So there are ways of communicating, like it can be done. Yeah. And I think it's nice as well, obviously you both live together, you've got that support and you both work together as well. So that must have been quite nice. Yeah,
definitely. Although, I mean, I was quite stressed about it.
Oh, I know.
I'm one of
a news fiend.
I'm one of these newsaholics. Well, I used to be. I'd wake up listening to the news.
I
listen to the news at lunchtime, evening. I'd even pause the TV and film Mark in on the background
and
to a news story.
I'd be watching the news and they'd be telling you about something happening, and then Karen would pause it and then tell me what this article was all about, so that I had a better understanding of it. But I mean, I tended to switch off from the news because it was.
That I got to a point where I did that, and then I just thought I can't even listen to it anymore because it's driving me insane. I don't feel like we're particularly going anywhere. And then obviously Boris would do his announcements and that sort of thing, and half the time I had no idea what he was even saying, to be honest. By the end of it, like, are we going out or are we staying in? Like, what is it? But I felt like, everyone was kind of in that situation where you're kind of clinging on for hope, aren't you, I suppose?
And the other thing, I mean, we've had all the uncertainty, like we've just spoken about with the COVID situation, but Brexit was another big thing for us. Because Brexit happened as well. And that was another worry. Because ships that were based in Europe, the UK customers that were buying for those ships in Europe, because of all the tariffs that were being imposed and the difficulties in getting goods out of the UK into Europe. It was just, some of our customers actually decided to start to buy within Europe and not buy from us. So COVID and Brexit, it was just a,
you've literally been
deadly
hit
combination.
Double whammy.
It was a double whammy.
But guys, you've stayed afloat. Pardon the pun.
First one.
But it's not been plain sailing.
It's your turn now. You've got to slide one in, Mark. Oh God, guys. So did you have to adapt MMS in any particular way?
Our actual procedures didn't really change. As I say, everything's in the cloud. It's so easy just to use the backup of IT just to help you out. Not really. I mean, physically, we were working from home and you were going into the office. You felt quite safe working at the office, didn't you?
Yeah, so I was going in mainly because we were still getting orders delivered. So the stores work needed sorting out. But pretty much when that lockdown was announced, where I worked, the building, it was empty. You know, most of the businesses are small businesses like us, so they all decided to go and work from home. And obviously the people that needs to be there to receive goods like me were there, but it was pretty much empty. So
a ghost town.
Yeah, so I was going in mainly to look after that. But as Karen said, we could have easily worked from home.
Yeah.
You know,
that's good. It's just adapting then to working at home. It feels weird, doesn't it, waking up and getting on your laptop or whatever at home? It's kind of a strange feeling, isn't it?
Yeah, I soon settled into it though. I enjoyed it.
Your pyjamas, feet up, on the laptop.
Yeah, being with the cat all day. And we had such glorious weather last year. Sitting in the garden with
it
the
was
laptop.
Literally, that was just heaven on earth, wasn't it? It was like being in Spain. In the garden.
And it was quite good actually. Mark was physically going into work. We had that separation during the day, so that was quite good.
It was. I mean, it felt quite normal for me.
Yeah.
I'm still getting up at the same time, driving to work, doing my normal day. But and we had something to. When I came up from work, we had something to tell each other.
Yeah, it sounds daft,
gone.
Doesn't it? Because it did kind of get to the point where you're speaking to people that you know, and it's like, what do we talk about now? Because you've not done anything. Yeah. Whereas it's nice that you've had that separation to be like, it was like this in the office today, no one in or whatever. There's not really much to talk about.
I made a cup of tea about 10 and then I made another one about 11.
And a biscuit with my tea.
Karen told me one time she fed the cat. How many times she went out, but
you practised your guitar quite a bit.
Yes, did you guys take up any hobbies or anything like that over lockdown?
At first it was mainly just walking. Because lockdown was quite constraining, wasn't it? We couldn't really go anywhere, we couldn't do many things, so...
Because wasn't it like one walk a day at one point? It was just like, oh my God.
It was an hour or something.
So I made sure I did that walk every day, and I've got lots of different podcasts I like listening to, so I'd say to myself, you can't listen to it unless you go for a walk, and that was my way of mentally getting outside the house.
I suppose like when you come back from that walk, you actually feel like you've accomplished something with the day, even though it's just a walk. At that time when there's nothing to do, you feel like you've genuinely got up and got out, and you feel better for it when you come back.
And then I started doing like Joe Wick's workouts, and then a few like yoga type classes, things like that, and the Pilates class that I used to attend every week, that still carried on. You could do that on Zoom if you wanted to, or she pre-recorded videos, so I was able to still carry on doing that.
So you can still get the exercise in. What about you, Mark? Did you pick up any hobbies or anything like that?
I had a little golf putting thing going on in work.
Oh, nice. What, in the corridor?
Yes.
Crazy golf.
Lynn took the guitar in, was trying to play that. I mean, because we've not had a holiday, or not had that many holidays since we've set up MMS, I actually sort of thought the quiet time's quite nice.
Yeah.
I'm really going to enjoy it a little bit, because up until that point we hadn't really stopped. You know, it wasn't busy every day, but you're just on the go all the time. And so for the first couple of months, I thought, okay, we'll enjoy these moments.
Yeah.
As bad as it is, and you're being forced to do it, let's enjoy it. So yeah, set up a bit of golf, played the guitar, was on YouTube looking at just things that were of interest to me, and yeah, I think that's...
Yeah, I think like you say, because you're forced into that moment, there's nothing we can do. You've just got to enjoy the quiet time. It's like the world's been put on hold, and it kind of brings you back to the moment, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And makes you think about... Do you know what I mean? It makes
Yeah.
you think, be more grateful for actually having a
Yeah.
normal life. Do you
definitely,
know what I
We
mean?
were just really grateful where we live as well, because
Yeah.
we're just within sort of 5 minutes walk. You can be on nature trails, you can be on the beach.
We've got a garden.
Yeah, we're just so
sit in.
lucky we've got a big garden, and we just really felt for the people who were like stuck in a high-rise flat with
Yeah.
children
When
at
the
home
weather was nice as well.
and
like-
having to work.
Yeah.
Oh, it must
Yeah,
just have been so
parents
hard.
having to work and school
yeah,
children.
yeah.
That must have been so hard. And
Yeah, like juggling both and
Yeah.
a pandemic at the same time. It's just
Yeah.
been a crazy,
Yeah,
I can't
definitely.
even explain. It's just mad. I mean, everyone watching will know that as well, because we're all on planet Earth at the end of the day, aren't we? So what have you guys done to help improve like your own well-being and your own
I
health
think it's
and
mainly
stuff?
been exercise for me. It's just
Did you really get into it at one point then? Because I feel like everyone kind of found their niche, didn't they?
yeah.
Like everyone sort of took up exercising or a new hobby, or I
Yeah.
don't even know, what did I do over lockdown? Wow, that's bad. Do you know what? I can't even remember what I did yesterday. Never mind. The past year.
Yeah, Mark got me a watch for Christmas gone. and
Oh,
so
nice. So nice little exercise.
yeah, put a
watch.
training plan on it, started running. So even when it was
Oh, that's so
icy,
good.
even when it was snowing, I made sure I got out every single day and did a run or followed the plan. Because I am quite competitive, so it was really easy.
Yeah, I feel like that's good because you can see your targets.
and,
You can
and
see
I
what you
love
need to be.
data. I'm a bit of a geek that way.
Yeah.
Wow. How
Yeah, your
high was my
analytics.
heart rate and how many miles have
How many calories have I done
Yeah.
today? No, I feel like they are good.
So I did that, so that was really good. And then obviously started doing workouts again on YouTube. So yeah, it's exercise has been the number one thing for me.
I think same for me. I mean, I bought a bike. I mean, bikes were scarce.
Oh, yeah.
You couldn't get a bike anywhere.
Oh my, I remember that. I remember looking
Yeah.
on Halford and like it was literally everyone was going crazy. It was like it was the last day of Earth or something.
It was
Crazy.
a bit mad, wasn't it? But
Yeah.
I managed to get one, and so that was a godsend. Getting out on the
Yeah.
trails and just exploring the Wirral more, seeing parts I'd never seen before.
Yeah.
So that was good. I got back into the running a little bit.
Yeah,
Started-
we just love being outdoors.
Yeah.
It just makes such
Yes.
a difference if you can get out into
Oh
nature.
my god, yeah.
Mark likes hugging trees. So.
Yes.
Oh, I did a few. Yeah,
We
a
have
few
heard about
trees.
this. We've not heard this on the podcast, but we've spoke about this off camera, haven't we?
Yeah.
Me and Lucia really want to try this because I'm down for all this. I love a bit of nature, getting out. There's actually nothing better, is there?
There's not.
It's
you don't
so
realise
good.
until
It
you're
sounds
in
so
nature
nerdy, but
how,
it's so
how
good.
good it makes you feel.
Yeah.
I think you might not be you might not like the countryside, or you might
Yeah.
not like trails or trees, but when you're actually in it,
Oh, can't
It's
beat it.
yeah, it's really
Or like you
nice.
have your music on, you're on a nice walk, beautiful scenery.
Yeah.
Oh, best feeling.
Spiritually, it's just
Yes.
so uplifting.
And everyone out there probably think I'm mad hugging the trees. And all my customers will probably think, hug trees. Right, that's it.
It's really wholesome though,
It's
isn't
just,
it?
until you've done it, it's really strange. I can't explain the feeling until you do it. And there was a comedian, I
Mark.
think we've talked about this before, there was a comedian who wanted us to go around hugging trees. And he was putting photographs of people that he'd lost within his family or people that meant something to him. So he put their photo on the tree and then hugged that tree. And it was...
He actually
it was
had like a
really nice.
moment.
He had a moment, yeah. It was sort of like he was actually hugging that person.
Oh,
But you
though.
don't need the photo, but just get out there and do it.
I'm going to try it. Have you tried it, Karen?
No, I should do.
We've had actually, we'll link it down below, we've had Kate who runs Boss Birches. So she runs this brand where she's putting all trees back into Wirral and Merseyside just for nature, for mental health, and they have so many benefits, and she talks about on our podcast. They actually release, is it serotonin the good one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it releases like actual serotonin, like being around
Yeah.
trees. Like there is actual like proven scientific benefits to like hugging trees and
Yeah.
being around nature, which is crazy.
I think just seeing seeing trees and plants and shrubs, I think visually that does something in the brain, releases
Yeah.
a chemical, and that which makes you feel good. So
Yeah, it's just so nice.
Yeah.
Honestly, can't beat it. Bit of fresh air as well.
Yeah.
Honestly, we're gonna sound
Yeah.
so nerdy, but I'm just here for it. So how have MMS, going back to MMS, how have you guys supported like customers and suppliers with their mental health and that sort of thing?
Yeah, so when I was in the office on my own, I talked about playing golf and playing guitar, and it sounds great and enjoying the quiet moments, but then there was a period when I started feeling a little bit isolated then.
Yeah.
And didn't realise how much it was affecting me. So I was going into this great big building, and it was pretty much just me rattling around in there. Then I was doing the day-to-day stuff, but there wasn't much of the day-to-day. And okay, you look at YouTube and you play guitar, do a bit of putting, make yourself a cup of tea, but then you realise then you're on your own.
Yeah, you forget how much other people around you like impact your day.
Yeah. Even if you're all having a quiet day and you're just getting on with your work. So
you're just saying hi, like that's all it takes, isn't it?
And I'm thinking over the next few days, I started to think, well, if I'm feeling like this, everyone else out there must be feeling like it. And obviously I knew all our customers were working from home, so then I just decided then to reach out to them, because it wasn't a good time to sell to people. You know, everyone's struggling, people have been furloughed, people are working from home, companies are sort of watching the purse strings. It wasn't right to try and drive my sales, even though they were down. It wasn't the right thing to do.
Yeah.
So I just thought about the people who might be feeling like me. So I thought, right, I'll reach out to all my customers and it was just with an email or a phone call, just to say, how are you doing? You know, I'm struggling a little bit. I'm feeling a bit isolated. So I thought I'd see how you were doing. And I blasted this email out to all our customers, and the response I got was amazing.
Oh, that's so lovely.
It was really, really nice. I mean, and even one customer told us that they lost this buyer. She'd lost her sister to COVID.
Oh my God.
And she was, you know, someone overseas. But she said to me, you know, Mark, your email's really touching. You just got me at the right moment. I needed this. And she just told me this personal information, which was so nice.
Yeah, and you got a couple of phone calls, didn't you? People wanting to chat and just talk about their situation.
Yeah.
And release a bit of their anxiety and just share the experience.
That's so lovely that people have got back to you, and to think like you've actually helped someone's day is such a nice thought, isn't it?
It is, and you just, in that moment, you just, you know, you're really happy that you've put something out, they've responded, you've communicated, and you've had a chat about your lives and what you've been doing and how it's affecting you both, and you put the phone down, and you think, go make a cup of coffee and think, yeah, that was a really nice moment.
And you can go to bed and think, I've done my part there, because at the end of the day, another pun, we're all in the same boat. I'm on fire today. we are all in the same boat, same situation, and everyone is feeling the same. So the fact that email could have absolutely made, it did, absolutely made our day and other people's day. So it's so lovely that you feel like you can give back. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. And it made my day, then ringing me and asking me about how I felt and how MMS was. And some customers even said to us, I'm glad MMS is still there. You know, we need MMS. And that's all we could do really, is just be there for the customers in whatever capacity they wanted, whether it was a phone call to say, hi Mark, how you doing? Or I'm struggling to find this product because some of my usual suppliers aren't about, or... So that was really good, wasn't it?
Yeah. I think people are generally a lot kinder to each other now as well. I don't know. I feel as though on emails, people are more appreciative. The tone of emails has slightly changed. I think it has bonded us all together, being in this awful situation. But I think people now appreciate people more.
Oh my God, 100%. And more grateful for everything because... I think no one saw that coming, and it was just such a shock to the system for everyone, wasn't it?
Yeah, and I just hope it carries on.
Oh, 100%. I think this generation, especially moving forward, like we all know what it's like to literally be like confined to our houses, don't we? So it's just, what a crazy year, like honestly, bizarre. So what do you think lockdown has taught you the most? We've sort of touched on this. Would you say it is just the gratitude towards, you know, everything in life?
It's shown us all that we can adapt, and we can sort of all pull together and cope with the situation.
Teamwork makes the dream work.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. I think that's it. Just we can get through it all together.
I think you see the best of people, don't you?
Yeah.
You know, before COVID, everyone's lives are busy nowadays, and you know, everyone's on social media, and life is 24/7. It's you know. We just don't seem to take a minute. Yeah,
like it was so fast paced, and now it's like almost like, whoa, you have to take that minute.
And COVID, you know, I wish it wasn't because of COVID, but everyone found time to stop and slow down, and people found new hobbies, as you say. There has been lots of benefits, as sad as it has been, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's... And you've always been like a grateful person anyway, haven't you? You've always appreciated things in life and the little things. And
you've got
my glass has always been half full anyway.
Yeah.
Mark's probably
sometimes I'm
half
a little bit half empty.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, I've always been sort of, I don't know what's the word, not grateful, but just content with things. So yeah, but I think a lot of other people have realised that contentment now as well.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Definitely.
I think gratitude is definitely a good quality for everyone to have, and be grateful for the little things, because it's just really important, isn't it?
Yeah.
Absolutely. And what are some of your top tips when it comes to well-being? Or like top personal things that are super important to you?
Well, definitely the exercise. Something that takes you completely out of the mindset that you were in. So if you can go and do a hobby or anything that just totally makes you forget what you've been doing that day, and you're just like so focused on whatever you're doing.
Put all your energy into that one thing.
Yeah, it just takes you out of that mindset and can just recharge your batteries. And
and maybe, I don't know, put your phone down for 20 minutes
or an
hour.
I think this is so important.
Yeah.
I've got like restrictions on mine. I think I might have talked about it in another podcast. So my phone will lock me out of certain apps, you know, after a time limit or something like that, because I don't want to feel like I'm living my life through a phone. Do you know what I mean? I feel like that is quite big with this generation at the minute. So I think that is a really important point. Yeah,
because looking at your phone all the time, it leads to all sorts of health things. So you get sore neck, you're not good posture, your eyes.
And then it's also mentally wise, because you're seeing all these things online and it might not seem as good as your life. So then, do you know what I mean? People kind of compare the two.
Yeah.
And I think as well, you know, when you look at screen time and you just think, I've wasted, say it's 4 hours, like what? I've not gained anything in that 4 hours from just staring at the screen. Do you know what I mean? Like, I've literally not gained anything.
I've not learned anything, or, you know.
I've not, like, been outside, I've not exercised, I've just literally stared at a screen for however long it may be. So you just think you're not benefiting yourself by
people
doing it.
Just so easily get sucked into it, don't they? Just start scrolling page after page.
Yeah, because it's like addictive, isn't it? Designed to be.
And I think also, try and appreciate the little things in life.
Yeah.
I mean, we have like a cup of coffee about between 10 and 30 every day. So a cup of tea in the morning, then we make a cup of coffee, and just kicking back your chair from your PC, and I know it sounds mad, but holding your cup of coffee and smell it and then taste it, and just think, like, Karen's made me this cup of tea, or I've made this for myself, and we're really going to enjoy it. It's 5 minutes out your day.
Yeah, I love that.
I guarantee it'll make you feel better.
Yeah, and you can just take your focus away from, you might be away at your computer and you've took that focus away for 5 minutes, and then 9 times out of 10 when you go back to whatever you're doing, you're going to be more focused on that sole thing because you've had that time away.
Yeah.
It's just so good for the mind.
Yeah, I think mindfulness is that's one thing I've sort of learnt about, really. It's just enjoying those little tiny moments and thinking, appreciating them. Yeah, absolutely. Well, thanks so much for coming on today, guys. I feel like this is just what we all needed. I love a good chat. Makes you feel really... I'm going to go out in nature now. Go out and a tree. One other thing we did, for like just the team members, we did something called a wellness action plan. So it was sort of an exercise to go through your setup at home. Where are you sitting at home? What distractions have you got? So all of that's important, isn't it? You know, they do say you need to create your own workspace at home and not associate it with, because obviously we associate home with chilling out and stuff. So it's important to like split the two and have your work area and your relax area, because if you work from bed, don't they just say it's just like your body thinks that you're chilling out, doesn't it? You can't get into that. It's good to get up. Like I used to get up, and I know a few people that would sit in their PJs and stuff like that. I have to actually get up, shower, and feel like I'm preparing for the day, because otherwise I wouldn't feel ready to work. Do you know what I mean? And like you said, regular like walks and stuff. Yeah. So if you go on, I think it's the Charity Mind, if you go on their website, there's a wellness action plan template which you can download and fill that in. It's just a really good exercise and something to keep checking, and just looking at how you can help yourself throughout the day. And
I mean, some people are really great and enjoy Zoom meetings. Other people don't really like being on screen. So everyone's different. And I think you need to take that into account with team members. We've got somebody who'd rather just be on a conference call and not have that Zoom camera meeting. So it's just looking at different team members and what helps with people, isn't it?
Yeah,
and
definitely.
I think going forward, it's going to be really important for employers. If we're going to carry on home working or doing a mixture of both, it's making sure that team members are consulted and helped along the journey with working from home. What do they need help with? And I mean, I've heard of some people now where they've been told literally they've got no desk now at work. They've not been there for 15 months. Their desk is gone now.
And if you
want to go back to the office, then you have to book desk time. And some people might think, oh, that's brilliant, I love working from home. Other people might be crying to get back to work. So it's trying to meet the needs of everybody, isn't it? And I think a hybrid model is what's going to work best.
Yeah, definitely.
People need a bit of social interaction.
That's it, isn't it? Because I think even over Zoom and stuff, which is great, you're not still having that face-to-face contact in a way. Even though it's through a screen, you're not having... It's not quite the same, is it?
No.
Obviously, it's great for, meetings and that sort of thing. But it is just, nothing is better than, do you know what I mean? Like being in person to person type of thing.
Yeah,
definitely.
And some people aren't that tech savvy either with the whole Zoom setup and that kind of thing. So, yeah, it's definitely been a big change or an adapt for everyone, isn't it?
Yeah,
Made people become more tech savvy, I suppose.
Yeah. One of the things we did is something called a wellness action plan. So if you go on Mind, the charity, if you go on their website, there's a template which you can download. And it's just a really useful exercise. Some questions about your setup at home, what helps you in day-to-day at home, what distractions there might be, how your employer can support you further at home. It's something you can look back on and review, and you can share it with your manager or just keep it for yourself. Talk about maybe if you do have mental health problems and you recognise certain triggers, what are them triggers, and maybe sharing that with your line manager. So we found that a really useful exercise. We all did that, didn't we?
Yeah, it was really good.
It's, I think, important to have that support, from business owners or managers, because obviously you want in person-to-person contact. It's good to have feel that support at home and feel set up and stuff, because it is daunting, isn't it?
Yeah, and this, I think there was figures out recently about loneliness. There's a lot of people who live alone. And if they're having to work from home as well, it must be really, really difficult for them, really tough. I think employers have got a duty of care, haven't they, to check on their employees, make sure they feel included, and try and sort of create structures on a daily or weekly basis where people are checking in. And it's not, have you done this yet, or have you done that task? It's just, how are you? Yeah. What are you struggling with? What do you need support with?
And we were encouraging Vicky to get out, because she's working from home. So we were saying, get out and go for a walk around the block, and try and do that once a day. And then we check in and say, as Ken said, not to say, have you done that task? Yeah. Have you been for the walk? Oh, not yet. I'll do it. And it's just little things like that.
Yeah, just little things.
If she doesn't want to go for a walk, she doesn't have to.
Yeah.
But we were just trying to do something.
You are isolated the whole day within four walls type of thing, or within your house or flat or whatever it may be. So having that break outside is just so important. More than you probably realised, you know what I mean, for the mind, and even getting a bit of fresh air. Yeah. That kind of thing.
And it's so easy just to stay where you are.
Yeah,
and just
you kind of get
through
comfortable
the day.
and just end up. But I think short, regular little breaks are so important, especially with working from home as well. But yeah, it's just, what a crazy year. I can't believe it.
I know. And I will say to all our customers and suppliers out there who are watching or listening to this, I know there's light at the end of this tunnel, but anyone can ring me. If you're a customer of ours or a supplier of ours, or you're even thinking about buying from us, ring me and let's just chat about anything other than work. If you're at home and you're feeling a little bit isolated or feeling a little bit down, we all feel like this, and you're not alone. So give us a call, and I'd love to chat with you.
Oh, that's so nice. I think that's what we need, though, isn't it? We need people to say, let's have a chat about, even if we don't know each other, let's have a chat. Let's talk, and let's
let's feel connected. Yeah. Even though we're sort of disconnected.
We're all in this together at the end of the day, aren't we?
Yeah. And I think going forward, home working's here to stay, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like remote work, and so we need to put structures in place to make
Yeah.
sure that people are supported.
Yeah.
We've heard of people where their office, they've literally got no desk now. They've been told by the management, you've got no desk. If you need to come into work, you need to book time at a desk. And
Oh my God.
some people find that really quite difficult, and some people will love it because they've got a long commute or whatever. And it's trying to meet the needs of everybody, isn't it? Make sure people are supported.
Absolutely, and adapting to whatever the circumstances are, and just rolling with it, isn't it?
Yeah, and I think if, as an employer, if your staff are working from home, then make sure they are set up properly.
Yeah.
You know, if it was a short-term thing, they might have taken the chair from home, but you don't really know what people's work environment is like in their own home. I've heard of people who've said that, you know, they used to have 2 screens in the office, but they can't accommodate 2 screens at home because they haven't got a room big enough. And so it's sort of trying to help them make the best of their environment. And I mean, there's a company in America, I don't know the company is, but they asked their employees whether they needed an office and whether they wanted to return to an office. And when they got all the answers back, basically they didn't need an office. So the company decided to go up the rental on their, you know, multi-storey, wherever it was, and they paid every employee $1,000 to use that money to make their home environment a better workspace. It's just little things like that.
That's really nice.
Looking after the people that
having a chair, like, you know, like an office chair is so important because, you know, sitting on a sofa, you do just sort of like lean back as the day goes on and put your feet up, don't you? So it's little things like that, and having a desk space, and it's all those little things that make the difference, isn't it?
It is, and if you got any pets out there, pets are brilliant for.
Yes, they are the best. And
pet therapy,
yeah.
Absolutely, they must have just loved it. Or it was all being at home, getting all the attention all day.
Yeah.
And I think the temptation is as well, people actually work longer hours when they work at home.
Yeah,
and don't take breaks.
Yeah.
So it's making sure they take the proper breaks.
Yeah.
And I think everyone's proved that we can work from home. And if you've got that trust between the employees and the employer, that it's going to work. And that's what we've got. We trust people to do the work at home. And if they can be flexible and it doesn't have to be done between 9 and 5 in the set hours. And I think everyone's showing that we can work at home.
Yeah, and work together. Because like you said, it is easy to just think, oh, my laptop's there, I'll just hop on and just reply to that email. And then next minute you're actioning something else, and it's just, you'll just end up working for like much longer.
One person that we speak with is working from her kitchen. And she said she gets up, because she was commuting from Essex into London, she was getting up at sort of 6:30. She was still getting up at that same time, but she put the laptop on at say 7:30, get a bit of breakfast, and then literally start work. And then she wasn't finishing work till about 6, 6:30. And then she was actually still in the kitchen cooking dinner. And her whole days, like from sort of 7 o'clock in the morning till probably 7 at night in that kitchen. And so, it's
a long time, isn't it?
Yeah, but then people will say things like that my work-life balance is better. I'm home to see the kids, bath the kids and put them to bed, whereas once before lockdown I wasn't getting in till after they'd gone to bed. So
that's true.
Everyone's situation is different, isn't it?
Yeah, there's definitely pros and cons to both, and like you said, situation dependent. Like with home life and stuff like that, but it's something that I think with all like you said, light at the end of the tunnel, we are coming out of this.
It's all positive.
And positive vibes, guys.
And the only way is up.
Can't think of a shipping pun.
We are still waiting. It's me and Karen now. We've got them in there.
I'm going to say we're going to go full steam ahead.
Yes! Love that, Karen. Well, thanks so much for coming on today, guys. It's been so lovely having you on and talking about this topic. This is, something that is good to talk about. And like Mark said, if anyone who is listening or watching to this wants to talk to us, get involved in the comments below. We're happy to talk, or through Instagram or anything like that. Please get in touch. But thanks again, guys, for coming on.
Thanks, Charlotte.
Thank you.
You're so welcome. And thank you for watching this podcast. If you've enjoyed this, please give us a like, subscribe, and pop any questions or comments down below. But for now, we'll catch you in our next podcast.
Bye.
Bye.